Hello everybody, and welcome to the Poor Politicians channel. My name is Sal Cardis, and today we're going to be talking about SOPA. You may be asking, what is SOPA?
Method that won't work, it will do major collateral damage to the internet, and it's unnecessary.
The wrong solution to a very real problem.
SOPA is a bill trying to be passed through the House of Representatives right now. It's being voted on. They can't decide what to do with it. The SOPA stands for the Stop Online Piracy Act.
Then I think we are creating problems for our economic future. I think it'll hurt jobs and the economy. I think we will see things go overseas.
And I'm here to tell you that it is horrible. Everyone should be scared of this, because if you're watching me right now, you like watching videos on the internet, it's going to be crushed by SOPA. I'm telling you right now, YouTube, Vimeo, Twitter, any kind of a blog, Flickr, Etsy, whatever site you like to get on, if you can share stuff on it, it's going to be crushed by this bill.
I mean, this is not going to work. It will help fragment the internet.
And the people that are for it keep saying, no, it's not for that. It's to stop the foreign pirates. But right now, you can go on YouTube. You can go to the websites. You can look the bill up, read it yourself. Please do so. The more you know, the better you are informed about your world.
Guess what? We've just moved the most popular site in the world, Google, and its number 2s and 3s and 4s, all of whom are American. We've just moved it offshore in favor of a site that will become popular with Americans and the rest of the world.
Many of the big guys are fighting this right. Google, Facebook, YouTube, Wikipedia, Craigslist. What SOPA does is it removes the current need to notify someone and give them time to take down something that maybe breaks a copyright notice. What it replaces it with is an instant blacklist. If you have something on your site, even if you're not aware that it's copyright infringement, or maybe you just didn't know the intensity, the level, maybe someone's actually even falsely labels you. Maybe you don't have anything that's copyrighted, but they mistook what you have on there for something that is copyrighted. Like a similar song. Doesn't matter. Blacklisted. You're gone. That's what SOPA is. As soon as someone accuses you of copyright infringement, you don't get a trial, you don't get a time period to let them know that it's not copyright or to take it down. You're taken off of every search engine. You're taken off of the entire internet. The United States would not be able to access you at all. You have to prove your innocence then. And we all know how well the government works through the DMV. How's it going to be any different with SOPA?
I'm sure getting the government involved will solve all of our problems.
Let's just say you have your own website, your own company that you're starting up. You're coming up on a holiday and it's going to be your busy season, like Christmas. Let's say you make holiday cards. Well, if you're coming up on Christmas and your sales are just starting to pick up, and then a competitor site, someone else who also sells business cards, maybe it's Hallmark. I'm not saying that they themselves would do that, but let's just say they wanted to make sure that they got a little bit more online sales. All they got to do is point the finger at you. Now, yeah, they're going to be held accountable for that. They're going to be penalized. But the thing is, they are rich. Rich people are the only ones that have real protection by SOPA because they can afford to play mind games on there.
And it scares me to death that we're going to add this massive bureaucracy and allow the swiftness that can be done on a single sheet of paper. And we're going to give all this liability and this real dramatic incentive to the credit card companies and others to swiftly take something down.
Another thing you got to worry about SOPA, and again, go read it, you'll see. It's written in a broad and undefined language. If you don't know what that means, you really, really, really need to do some research. Any bill, any law, anything that they can leave up for interpretation, they always manipulate against you. It's a bill that will keep growing and growing and growing until they strip as many rights as they can from you with it. If there are blanks in a law, they are never filled in your favor. It will always work against you.
It's not going to be based it's going to be a defaulting at some point in the piece, and then hundreds of thousands of features, sub-orders issued under it.
Let's list some of the bad things that'll happen if SOPA is passed. Venture capitalists are not going to want to put the risk in on the internet, knowing that they could put in $100,000, $200,000 into just a site that will not fail, when one wrong link at the wrong time can crush your site. Anyone who actually has business on the internet know that depending on the time and depending on the trend, 5 minutes offline could make or break your website. And not to mention a week, 2 weeks, there's no set length of time in which you will be banned. It could be indefinite. This isn't a game, but they treat it like it is. They're not giving this bill the respect and consideration it needs. They're not considering the individuals out there that are going to be crushed. People who make their living off the internet.
You have to understand, when we're talking about somebody's website, we're talking about their livelihood. We're talking about their First Amendment rights.
Any site where you have uploaded content is going to go down the drain, and I'm afraid that there's going to be a reverse cascading effect. Because take YouTube for example. YouTube gets approximately, I forget the amount, but it's something like a year's worth of video uploaded every day or every hour, I'm not sure. But no one can filter that as it comes in. Either YouTube would have to introduce like 3-month-long waiting periods to get your video uploaded, or more, or they continue going the way they do now, and if someone sees something that's copyrighted on someone else's video, well, they could possibly get YouTube banned for that. And I know everyone that's in favor of it right now will say, no, that doesn't happen, but it will happen. All it takes is one petty moment, one person to get mad at the wrong moment, and it happens. And we all know that life ain't fair and people don't think logically, especially when they have something to gain by it. Also, one of the major things that's going to be knocked out, obviously, is torrent sites. And a lot of people immediately are like, oh, torrents, oh, that'll get rid of the piracy. No, it won't just get rid of the piracy. The use of torrents goes beyond just pirating. It's a major system of distribution on the internet, where you can transfer files from one person to another or make something that you have available to many people without having to pay for domain registration or storage space on the internet. Starting up fans, many of them have used a lot of BitTorrent services to get famous. If BitTorrent sites are made illegal, then that doesn't happen anymore. Another important fact, over the past 2 years, there were several Muslim countries that have gained freedom from oppressive governments. The way that they overthrew the oppressive government was by using proxy sites to get access to things on the internet that their government wouldn't let them have access to. We're effectively going to take control of that and knock those out too. They're going to be made illegal. What is it, like 20 countries that wouldn't have gained their freedom? The citizens would still be oppressed. For a country that's all about freedom and human rights, we sure are trying to make it hard for a lot of people. It's a threat to free speech just around the board. The extreme of SOPA could lead to you getting sued for putting up a video of your granddaughter singing a Lady Gaga song, or uploading a video of your family at Thanksgiving and getting sued because you had a Coca-Cola t-shirt on. It depends on who gets mad, and they're allowed full reign. The people in favor of this bill have voted against attempts to put the court in between the accusation and the punishment. It doesn't make sense to me.
We are the Judiciary Committee. It's hard to believe we would argue that we don't want courts involved.
They say that SOPA isn't supposed to be targeted for the little guys and the U.S. citizens. Again, it only protects those rich enough to abuse it. They say that the government's not going to be seeking out individuals. The thing is, You don't have to let the Doberman pinchers out when you've already riled up every Rottweiler and junkyard dog in the street and they're all looking to find something to take a bite out of. The whole internet is going down. You let SOPA go through, internet's down. But you've got to talk to your representatives to get this stopped. The representatives of your state are the ones who are voting on this right now. You need to call them. You need to leave messages in their office. You need to do whatever you can to get them to stop. If you don't know who your state representatives are, or you can't find out, just send me a comment. I will find them for you. I'll find the numbers for you. If that helps get this taken care of, I will find the way for you to contact them. The bottom line is, SOPA will destroy the internet. And if you're watching this video right now, it's because we don't have SOPA in our society. This is another step in letting the government control everything you do. If you allow this bill to pass, you are allowing them to take away a huge chunk of your First Amendment rights. We can all stop this, but it takes people stepping up and calling their representatives.
But what they're going to do is control your freedom and your privacy. We have the government turned upside down. The government becomes more secretive. At the same time, your privacy is being undermined. The Constitution was meant to protect your liberties, your privacy, and the government was to be open.
If you like your freedom of speech, if you like an open, uncensored internet, then please do something against this. If you would rather have censored internet or lack of freedom of speech, I'm sure you could go to China. Their firewall system does exactly what we're trying to do with ours right now.
It will not be effective at preventing users' access to legal offshore websites.
My name is Sybel Carnes, and I hope I gave you something to think about and act on. Comment back if you need more information. Hit the like button down there, so that you can show SOPA supporters how many people are against this. Hit the subscribe button here because I've got a lot more message, and I will keep you up to date on whatever it is that's an important issue. Remember this, guys. If you want freedom, sometimes you have to fight for it. It's so confusing!